Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Kristin Leshney, and I'm a legal associate with the Jockey Club, and today I'm going to be giving you an update on the Thoroughbred Incentive Program and Thoroughbred Connect. So just some background on the incentive program. The Jockey Club announced the launch of the incentive program, as we fondly call it, TIP, in October of 2011 and committed $100,000 to a pilot program for 2012. The Thoroughbred Incentive Program recognizes and rewards the versatility of the Thoroughbred through sponsorship of Thoroughbred classes and awards at existing horse shows. In addition to these competition incentives, as we call them, we also offered 2 annual awards in 2012, which I will talk more about in a little while. These Thoroughbred-only classes and divisions were offered both at open horse shows and also some Thoroughbred-only horse shows that were available this year in the U.S. The award recipients received ribbons, saddle pads, and prize money from the incentive program. We also held a reception during the Rolex Kentucky 3-day event in conjunction with the United States Equestrian Federation and some local Thoroughbred organizations to bring together the sport horse and Thoroughbred trainers and owners in an attempt to increase the number of Thoroughbreds which are successfully moved into a new career. For purposes of the Thoroughbred Incentive Program, a Thoroughbred is defined as any horse that is registered with the Jockey Club. Registration must be proven at the time of the show by either the horse's certificate of full registration, the horse's tattoo with a successful tattoo lookup, or in some cases we have to assist the owners in identifying their horses and we provide them with a letter of eligibility. While Thoroughbreds who are registered with the foreign stud book are eligible for the incentive program with proof of registration of such foreign stud book. Horses that are not registered with the Jockey Club or a foreign stud book are not eligible for the incentive program. In connection with TIP, we've assisted with identification of over 50 horses using a multitude of resources that are available to the registry, including photographs, marking, and even DNA testing. So a little bit of information about the TIP website. We provide resources to assist horse owners with identification of their tattooed or untattooed Thoroughbreds, a calendar of all of the 2012 horse shows offering TIP classes or awards, and a list of all of the winners of the TIP awards, including their Jockey Club pedigree and their registered name. In some cases, the horses are actually showing under a different name than they are registered under, but we like to make sure that we connect their identity back to their registered information. We also have a TIP Facebook page, which is a very active forum for information about the incentive program, as well as other opportunities available for Thoroughbreds in the second career. It's also a great place for Thoroughbred owners to go and brag about their horses, and we try and showcase as much as possible the horses that are winning the TIP awards at the horse shows. Since the first TIP event at the Red Hills International Horse Trials in Florida in March of this year, there have been over 100 shows offering TIP classes and awards. These events have been held in 24 states and Canadian provinces and cover all levels of horse shows, from the Baltimore County Horse Show Association in Maryland's Hunter Jumper Shows, which is a small little circuit of mostly local younger children, all the way up to the Rolex Kentucky 3-day event, which is a 4-star event held here in Kentucky. We have had over 1,500 eligible Thoroughbreds provide information to the horse shows to be eligible for the awards. And these horses have competed for thousands of ribbons, around 500 saddle pads, and almost $40,000 in prize money. Overall, we feel that the program has been a huge success, especially in this first year, and other groups have also created additional incentives for Thoroughbreds outside of the incentive program, adding to the opportunities available for Thoroughbreds at the conclusion of their racing or breeding career. Just to talk a little bit about those, there have been some Thoroughbred classes held at shows for several years, even before the incentive program was announced, including New Vocations Horse Show and the Second Call Thoroughbred Show in New Jersey. Additionally, an all-Thoroughbred series of shows called the Thoroughbred Celebration Horse Shows have been offered at the Virginia Horse Center for many years. We were happy to partner with some of these existing groups to offer some TIP awards at their shows, but they certainly were doing a great job offering incentives for Thoroughbreds before TIP even came along. After TIP was announced, a number of additional award programs were announced, including Career 2 and Take 2 in New York, which are programs that are supported by the New York Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association and the New York Racing Association, the Thoroughbred Horse Show Association, the Totally Thoroughbred Horse Show, which you'll hear more about momentarily, the Thoroughbred Renaissance Horse Show, the Fair Hill Thoroughbred Horse Show, and the Gulfstream Thoroughbred Challenge. In addition, we heard from several horse shows around the country that let us know that they also offered thoroughbred classes or awards, and we tried to include information about those shows on the TIP website. We appreciated all of these efforts and encouraged these groups and others to join us in recognizing thoroughbreds that are excelling in a second career and further the incentives available for people to purchase these horses to show. The incentive program also offered 2 non-competition awards in 2012. The first is the TIP Thoroughbred of the Year. This award recognizes a thoroughbred that has excelled in a non-competitive career, such as equine assisted therapy or police work. The award included a $5,000 grant to the nonprofit associated with the horse. This year's recipient is Maud Starr, also known as Aspen, a 1989 gelding who raced 32 times and won around $9,500 in 4 years of racing. Aspen is a therapeutic riding horse at the Rainier Therapeutic Riding Center in Yelm, Washington, which provides therapeutic horsemanship lessons to wounded, active duty, and veteran members of the military. Aspen is the oldest horse in their program, and he has helped more than 26 riders overcome the wounds of war, including post-traumatic stress, brain injuries, anxiety disorders, and other physical injuries. Aspen was actually an event horse prior to becoming a therapeutic horse, so he is certainly a shining example of the versatility of the thoroughbred. On August 26th, Aspen was presented with the Thoroughbred of the Year award in the winner's circle at Emerald Downs after the Rainier Therapeutic Riding Center race was run. We are very grateful to Emerald Downs for making the presentation for honoring Aspen and Rainier, and on what must have been a very special day. And the picture on the bottom of the screen there is actually from the winner's circle award presentation. Aspen actually has his own Facebook page, if anyone is interested in finding out more information about him or Rainier. I just put it on there so people would have the link. The second non-competition award was the Young Rider of the Year award, which recognized young riders 18 or under who own or lease a thoroughbred for use in 4-H, pony club, or other activities. The winners were determined through an essay contest with a total of $5,000, which could be applied to the college of their choice or their participation in an event, which could further their involvement with horses. The 2012 Young Rider Award was split among 3 riders: Sydney Luzecka, Kendall Shantz, and Elizabeth Spann. Just briefly about each of them, on the top, I guess it's your left, is Kendall. She is a 17-year-old from Bridgewater, New Jersey. She rides Canyon of Heroes, a 2005 gelding who raced 23 times and retired at the age of 5. Kendall has only recently purchased Hero, and she will be competing on him in eventing while she heads off to college. The second picture at the top there is Sydney. Sydney is from Albuquerque, New Mexico. She's 12 years old. She rides an off-the-track thoroughbred named Olive Way, a 1996 mare that she purchased from the Minnesota Retired Racehorse Project. Sydney and her horse participate in lots of clinics, and they show at the highest level of hunter jumpers, which is the A circuit, and we really look forward to seeing just how far Sydney can go. The last one on the bottom is Elizabeth. She's 11 years old from Lake Mills, Wisconsin. She rides a 12-year-old off-the-track thoroughbred named Who's the Fox. Elizabeth is very active in Pony Club, and she also is probably one of the most generous children we saw in our essay contest, in that she shares her horse with a few of the other members of her Pony Club who have horses that are hurt or don't have a horse. Her generosity and enthusiasm, as well as her dedication to the thoroughbred, really impressed our application review committee, and we would expect to hear much more from this young lady. Before I close, I just wanted to briefly mention Thoroughbred Connect. Thoroughbred Connect is a free online service designed to assist with placement of thoroughbreds following their racing or breeding career. The system has 3 functions. The first enables registry customers to express their willingness to be contacted by people in possession of a thoroughbred that is in need of a home. The second is a person can seek placement for a thoroughbred in their possession. The possessor of the horse may then contact a prospective owner if someone has registered that horse to be contacted by. Finally, we added a public listing of horses that are in need of aftercare or assistance, allowing people to make connections with horses that are already in need. Thoroughbred Connect provides an easy and convenient way for those with the means, capacity, and desire to help any horse or a specific horse that they have owned, admired, or connected with in the past. Since its introduction in May of 2011, more than 1,500 registry customers have signed up to use the service. Over 3,100 horses have been enrolled by people wishing to provide aftercare, and 450 horses have been enrolled as needing aftercare or assistance. More than 500 connections or emails have been sent to customers where a horse in need of aftercare has at least one person offering assistance. So now for the exciting news, and that is that we are happy to announce that the Thoroughbred Incentive Program will be continued in 2013. We approved it as a pilot project for 2012, and due to the success of the program, we are happy to continue it. We've been making some changes to the classes, awards, and proof of eligibility, but the program will continue to reward the versatility of thoroughbreds through both competition and non-competition incentives in 2013. Please stay tuned to the website and the Facebook page for more updates and more information. There's the website as well as our contact info. We're also interested in assisting state racing, breeder, and owner organizations who might be interested in recognizing second career thoroughbreds in their area. Any groups that are interested in offering such awards should please contact us, and we can try and assist with that. So our next presentation is actually a video. One of the horse shows that I mentioned earlier is a great example of creative ways that racetracks can promote second career thoroughbreds. While Georgianne Hale of the Maryland Jockey Club sends her regrets, and she was not able to attend the summit, she did send this great video about Pimlico Racetrack's first thoroughbred horse show, the Totally Thoroughbred Horse Show.
Old Hilltop, Pimlico Racecourse in Baltimore, Maryland. For more than 100 years, it has been part of legendary careers, where Seabiscuit defeated War Admiral.
It's horse against horse. Both of them driving. Seabiscuit by 3. Seabiscuit by 3. Seabiscuit is the winner by 4 lengths.
It is the home of the Preakness Stakes, the second jewel of the Triple Crown, and that coveted Preakness Trophy, the Woodlawn Vase, the most valuable award in all of sports. It stands not only as a symbol of greatness, but one of defiance, resolution, and second chances. Buried during the American Civil War to protect it from being melted down into shot, the Woodlawn Vase was unearthed, polished up, and shines today as Pimlico Racetrack's highest honor. And like the vase itself, the thoroughbreds, whose racing careers are over, gathered for resurrection, to rise again and reign once more at the site of past glory, at the horse show at Old Hilltop. It was the first of its kind, a horse show exclusively for thoroughbreds and held on the infield of one of the sport's most cherished landmarks. It was the brainchild of the Maryland Jockey Club and the Adena Springs Retirement Program, showcasing the versatility of racehorses after their racing careers are over.
Thoroughbred Only Horse Show is for off-track thoroughbreds that have papers that are thoroughbreds, registered thoroughbreds, and this is a second career choice for them. Maybe it's a first career that they're actually good at in some cases because they weren't such fast runners.
Horses can do other occupations after racing. They can be show horses, they can be trail horses, they can be barrel racers.
We've talked about thoroughbred only shows off track and other places. We try and innovatively to find ways to raise money in Maryland and all the states that we have racetracks for thoroughbreds in aftercare. And this was Georgianne's idea and said, what do you think? And I said, Georgianne, if you want to do it, I'm all behind you. Let's try and get it done.
This is the first show exclusively for thoroughbreds at a racetrack.
After Preakness, this infield there's nothing in it. And let's have it at, Pimlico, so that's how we got started.
It was a genius idea.
I hope everything goes smoothly. I hope everybody has fun.
There's a lot of popularity with the warm blood, but in this case, we're bringing the thoroughbred out, and we're saying, look, this is what we're missing. This is something you're missing out on.
This is Early Note. Early Note was bought at Fassig Tipton Sales by my father as a yearling. I'm excited. He's a great horse. I've had a lot of fun with him, and I'm just going to enjoy the day.
I brought Wild Lies. He raced until he was 9. He's by Wild again out of the Seattle Slew Mare.
I brought Parker's Redemption, Antar's Wrath, Sandero, Prep Time, and Concert Crew.
This is Hat City. And then we have Deep Threat, who's actually schooling in the ring right now. The walk trot canter, and then the 2-foot over fences.
Maryland has a lot of people who are so-called horsey people. They're just animal lovers.
This is an amazing place to be. It's got a lot of history here. The greatest horses of all time have raced at Pimlico.
And Secretariat has him put away. He's beginning to draw away. It is Secretariat. He's coming to the wire. He wins it by 2.5, almost 3.
Old Hilltop. The old Hilltop was removed a number of years ago, but it kept the nickname. This is a great place to have a retired thoroughbred show.
I grew up walking hots here for my grandfather on Sundays, so it has a special place, and I think it's a gem for Baltimore.
It's really cool to have it at Pimlico and everything, and it's a whole different environment.
It's never been held at a racetrack before, any type of show like this. It's usually at a farm, a training center. We use Pimlico because it's got some aura with the Preakness and so on. So I think that helps get people really to come here.
I think the normal public relates to the Preakness. It's the biggest sporting event in Maryland.
Every Preakness is my favorite memory. That's always a good day.
That twice at the rail. It's Ali Shiva winning the Preakness.
A lot of the horses have come from Pimlico or raced at Pimlico, and that they can come back is fun.
I don't know if it's more thrilling for us or the horses, but I think it's about equal. Kind of look around, you see the grandstands, and you think, wow, like these horses were racing here just a few years ago, and now they're out here showing with me. It makes you kind of feel a part of something really big.
This is being run by racetrack people, which I think is even more amazing, that they're, you have grooms and exercise riders and starters and everything out here doing this horse show because they love the thoroughbreds too.
Most difficult thing really is setting up, because I've never done a horse show. It's our maiden voyage. I mean, I put the races on every day, but not a horse show. We thought 2 rings big enough. Then at the last minute, we better add another ring.
We do the Preakness every year, so that's a pretty big event. For us here, our maintenance crew, they do this stuff, and it's just amazing. It's a very big endeavor. I don't want to downplay it, but these guys do it so well. It's just kind of like magic.
This is part of the turf course here that they've rearranged to make the show rings.
It's a horse show judged under hunter rules, under U.S. Equestrian Federation guidelines.
We're going to have 3 rings. First, we'll have lead line, and that's for kids 6 and under. And then we'll have a walk class, which is for children 10 and under. Then walk trot canter. And then we'll have 3 jumping classes. So you jump 1 foot, 2 foot, and 3 foot.
I hope it doesn't rain. That would be great.
Right now, we're in the middle of kind of one of these nice summer thunderstorms we're getting. It's been raining pretty hard, but we're very hopeful that, the rain's going to push through. We might have a little cloudy day today, but we're going to try to get the event in. We've got some horses that are starting to school a little bit, so hopefully we'll be able to get through the event.
Rained like crazy this morning, and then it blew over. It's been gray, it's been a little bit muggy, but if everybody would be very kind and keep the thunderstorms in Virginia, just right down there in Virginia, we'd be very happy.
Ended up really well. Hat City won second in the walk trot and a first place in the walk trot canter.
Deep Threat was 6th in the walk trot under saddle and 5th in the walk trot over fences.
Second place she got in lead line today.
We won the flat class, the walk trot. This is only his second show, actually.
It's fun. We got lots of ribbons.
I am very proud of them. They did a wonderful job. And again, with horses that they don't usually ride, but because we were at a thoroughbred show, they rode them and they did a good job.
In the end, more than 300 horses returned to Old Hilltop. When the day ended, the inaugural Totally Thoroughbred show was a complete success, with more than 800 entries in 16 classes, each class ranging in size from 22 to 88 competitors. The overall champion was a 12-year-old horse who now goes by the barn name of Houston and was ridden by Megan Sullivan. The Sullivan family had originally purchased the horse as a racing prospect, but he never experienced success on the track like he did in the Pimlico infield.
For sure, it's exceeded every expectation we had. We thought we were going to start a little small fair show and work up, and I don't think we expected to have 300 horses. I don't think we expected to have 800 entries in classes. It's been really positive.
It's been unbelievable. Nobody would have thought that we'd have this many horses and this many spectators. I mean, it's just outrageous.
It's incredible. It's just incredible. Walking around smiling.
When people like Georgianne and the Astronic group and everybody puts in their efforts like this, I think it's wonderful. This place looks better than most show places I've ever been to when I was showing.
I guess the highlight has just been the participation from so many people, and then spectators. They just came to see what it was like, and even my trainers from the racetrack. They all had to come and see their ex-horses.
It's very gratifying to hear people saying, this is so beautifully run and managed, because this is our first year.
We've had a lot of things we had to work out. It's the first time we've done this, but I think it's been a home run. It's been good.
We're going to have a conversation after this with all the participants that have helped organize it and see where we go.
I'm sure we'll have to, have our meetings and decide, but I'm sure something's going to happen next year, whether it's 1 day, 2 day, or what.
We've already had people come up and say, look, I want to sponsor a jump class next year, going bigger, I want this, I want that, how can I help? I mean, when people are already saying they want to be involved with next year, and everyone's feeling good, nobody's fallen down because they're tired, everybody's still riding on that enthusiasm, I think it's been really good.
Number one, we'd love to have it here again, be even bigger. And then the second thing, wouldn't it be amazing if we could get a circuit between the Mid-Atlantic racetracks? Did you see the little kids in the 6 and under lead line? That was the most adorable sight. I almost started crying, it was so beautiful.
So suffice it to say, it can be done for all those racetracks out there. As she said, she put out a challenge there. We'd like to see a circuit around the Mid-Atlantic tracks. Our next presenter is Anna Ford. She is the Executive Director of New Vocations.